And so he's getting it from another source. I now have someone other than the one person that I had in the past in Oklahoma to talk to. Most of the time when I would talk to her after the first year, she'd say, "You're beyond me." You know, she doesn't listen to me, but she didn't really know what to tell me in certain situations. So when you get out there and you've got knowings and understandings, and there's nowhere else to go with them, you know, you're trying to reach people, you're trying to connect to people and wake them up, but you know, you too need a teacher. You know?
Or at least someone equal, you know,
right,
understanding.
Right.
You know, again, everything that I test everything. I test what you're saying as you're speaking to me.
Right.
And I know the Creator's Word well enough that I can slide into what does this compare to. Mm-hmm. And you're talking about basically being alone. Mm-hmm. And what in Scriptures does it compare to? Again, I'm not so good in Scriptures that I can remember verses and stuff. But I know it's there. I've read it many times. And there was a prophet who was screaming, you know, basically, "I'm all alone. There's no one else." And God told him, "Well, shut up there. I got a whole bunch out here. Mm-hmm. You know, you just happen to be the only one sitting there." Mm-hmm. But and you in your loneliness, believe me, you're not alone. And you, because you made contact to here, mm-hmm. and the books that you're going to write, will make contact with others sitting on a hillside screaming, "I'm all alone." Mm-hmm. And all I'm doing is helping you introduce the fact that, no, they're not alone. Mm-hmm. They may never come to see me, but they'll come and see you. Mm-hmm. And no matter what you do in life, good or bad, no matter how bad, no matter how good, you are not alone. There are others there too.
The other thing that I wondered about is why am I able to know all of these things and not be able to, communicate to people about it, to reach them, to help them understand. Why am I shown all these things and I know these things and I can't do anything about it? And now I realize that's not true anymore.
Well, the fact is, you cannot outrace the bullet. You got to wait for the Creator to fire pull the trigger. Mm-hmm. You're the bullet sitting in that gun and you're smoking, in a sense, they're already all primed, ready to go, sitting there. Come on, when you going to shoot off? When you going to shoot off? Well, the Creator has His time. And believe me, this Art Bell show just blew my mind. It all happened within a 36-hour period.
Did they call you?
Yeah, they called me. They had a cancellation. They'd heard about me. They had 5 people on one line with me. They talked to me a little bit, filling me out. And decided, boy, this is the guy I want on the, this is okay with us. So they said Art would call back within an hour. And he did, and he talked to me for, less than 6 minutes. He said, basically, I know I want you. It's just I want to make sure your phone's going to sound all right. And then I'll see you tomorrow night. Bang, and that's it. And for many years I've known I would be on the Art Bell show.
Well, I came across a reference to it in one of your letters from last summer, I think, from a year ago in the summer. You said something about, putting that on hold for now or something.
Sure.
So
you cannot force the Creator into anything. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Look at how many children force Daddy into buying them a car and they end up in the hospital or dead. Mm-hmm. Because they were not mature enough and Dad was too stupid and so-called loving, mm-hmm. not using wisdom, mm-hmm. but heart. And one little kid that really doesn't know much push you into something that can harm them. And the Creator is a darn sight smarter dad than anything on this earth that calls himself Father. And it's frustrating because you want to go. Come on, Pop. 2 years pass. Come on, Pop. 5 years pass. Oh, come on, Pop. And then you finally say, oh, screw it, Dad. And that's what he's waiting for, really.
Yeah.
That's what he's waiting for. Shut up, kid. You know,
Let go.
just trust me in all things.
Richard's learning this because I've lived this way for a very long time. And I don't worry. I have friends all around me that say, how in the world did you manage to make that happen?
Is this going?
Yeah.
That battery looking okay?
I just wanted to check that.
Uh-huh.
It's okay, but
Go ahead, I apologize.
Anyway, no, because they'll say, you made something happen, it was grand, you did it with no money, you didn't know anybody, how did all of this come? How do you do it? It's like you do magic. You know, you just create things, somehow they all come together for you. And I said, you know, I used to call myself the 11th hour wonder, you know, because when everything looked its blackest and everybody thought I was going to go down for the count and there was no hope for me, whatever it was, the 11th hour, right before, you know, the stroke where you had your last chance, everything's fine.
Or you're dead, one of them.
Yeah, right.
But then it's fine too, you know.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But I've lived my life that way for 22 years.
Yeah, but you've gotten more used to it than I have even now. You know, I'm on the Creator sets learning lessons. All right, you learn it, and then he puts you out into what you learned to make it concrete and to see the results of this lesson. And you're sailing right along. Oh boy, the waters are deep. Your sails are set. You're just blowing right along, man. And then suddenly, boom! You hit a shoal. And why? Because you've gone as far as you want you to go there. So you're sitting there, running aground, doing nothing, twiddling back and forth, screaming and all that jazz. Well, I've learned over a long period of time, I finally learned, that these are rest periods. You know, you can rip those cells apart just because you don't know how to run the ship in the next storm coming up. So you sit there and you learn to trust and kind of sunbathe on the deck and just trust the Creator. And the knowledge comes, and all of a sudden it's like the great admiral calls up on the telephone, you know, your ship-to-shore phone, and suddenly knowledge starts coming in. All right, you're going to face another big rush of storm, but I'm going to teach you how to face it first. I'm going to give you all the information that you need. And then finally you get that information, and darn if the waves start coming up and knocking you off that shoal, and then next thing you know, whoop, off you go into a higher plane of spiritual knowledge and a higher plane of work because of that spiritual knowledge. And you think you're sailing right along, and then boom, you know, you're on high. And then wham, you slam shut. It's another rest period. I've learned that all these rest periods are learning periods if you will relax, shut up, and sunbathe.
Trust. Yeah.
And I tell you, it's hard. It's hard even on me because I don't like them. But I'm going 7 days a week now between teaching people like yourself, telephone calls, trying to get something done around the house. The letters that I'm writing, and my fingers have been killing me, and people are just begging to be taught, and so on and so forth. And I'm hardly getting, I'm getting even less sleep than I normally do. And I don't sleep very long. You know, a 4.5 hour night out of 24 is a pretty darn good sleep for me.
I know that. I mean, I'm the same.
Yeah. So, but then again, I've got the advantage that most people don't have. You know, in my training, I was taught how to wolf nap. And I'll lay there or sit or put my head in my arms, and I'll just go into this deep, deep rest and snore. I know I'm snoring. I can hear me. I know what's going on TV. I know that the people are talking in the next room. I know it. I'm in a wolf. All awareness nap, and all it does is it just recharges me enough until I can reach that sleep stage many hours down the road. You know, it's nothing for me to go 72 straight hours with no sleep or rest, not even wolf nap.